In this video, I will compare WhatsApp and RCS messaging in 14 different categories to see how Google Messages stack against the most popular chatting app on the planet. I will compare every basic and advanced feature, so grab yourself a drink as we have a lot to talk about. The scoring system is straightforward. I will give a point per feature, but if one app does it better than the other, it will get extra half a point. Keep in mind that I don't take the feature importance in consideration, so the app that wins the count doesn't mean it's the better option for you, as it depends on your own priorities. And now, let's begin. The first category is the texting experience. Starting with the basic things, both offer typing indicators, but only Google Messages gives you the option to turn it off under settings, so it takes half a point extra. You also get read receipts on both, with the same ability to know when your message was delivered and read by the other party, so 1 point each. Similarly, you can reply to specific messages in the conversation and edit sent messages within 15 minutes on both. But only WhatsApp allows you to unsend messages, so 1 point only to WhatsApp. Moving to the reactions, WhatsApp shows more emojis at a glance with the ability to choose a different one from the list. Google Messages does the same, but it only shows 5 options initially, so WhatsApp takes the extra half a point. In contrast, Google Messages gives you the ability to react using photo emojis, which WhatsApp doesn't offer, so 1 point only to Google Messages. Talking about photo emojis or custom stickers, both offer the same feature. In Google Messages, all it does is it crops the subject from the image, which is very basic. In WhatsApp, it gives you more than this. You get an editor to combine it with other stickers, add text bubbles, in addition to the ability to draw and crop. So half a point extra to WhatsApp. For the normal stickers, both offer tons of packs to choose from, but WhatsApp takes it a step further by creating stickers from your own avatar if you have one, so it deserves the extra half a point. In GIFs, both are exactly the same. They even suggest the exact same ones, so 1 point each. Moving to the conversation styling, on WhatsApp you can choose from the already provided wallpapers, some solid colors, or your own photo. While on Google Messages, all you get is 9 different colors, 1 out of which is dynamic, that changes based on your device theme. So I will give extra half a point to WhatsApp for the more flexibility. Adjusting the font size is also possible on both, but I found it much easier in Google Messages. All you need to do is to pinch to zoom with the ability to do this per conversation. While on WhatsApp, you can adjust the font size under settings, which is not as easy. So extra half a point to Google Messages. Enough with the visual features, and let's talk about the message forwarding. Both do offer the functionality, but in Google Messages, once you select multiple items, the forward option disappears, while WhatsApp supports multi-selection, so it takes half a point extra. Let's end this category by showing you some exclusive features in Google Messages that WhatsApp lacks. First, Schedule Send, which helps in sending messages at the right time without forgetting about them. Secondly, Magic Rewrite, that uses AI to generate a reply based on the last message you received, or you can write a draft and rephrase it with different styles to choose from. Third, the Smart Suggestions. It includes multiple features like the smart replies that you can use without the need to touch the keyboard in some cases. It gives quick shortcuts to certain actions like scheduling calendar events if the details are included in the message. It suggests stickers, and finally gives you birthday and reply reminders when needed. Lastly, it has the expressive animations feature. When you react to messages, it overlays some fun animations over the bubble, and when you send certain phrases, it animates the whole screen, which is nice. And if you don't like it, you still can turn it off under settings. So overall, in the texting experience, the win goes to Google Messages with 20 points versus 14.5 to WhatsApp. Yes, Google Messages won the count, but you are the judge what features are more important to you. Now let's talk about voice messages. On both, you can tap and hold to start recording and swipe up to lock the recorder, but only WhatsApp gives you the ability to pause and resume when needed. While in Google Messages, once you stop, you have to start over, so half a point extra to WhatsApp. When it comes to the quality, both offer noise cancellation, but only Google Messages gives you the ability to turn it on or off, which is handy, as some people complain about voice clipping in WhatsApp voice messages in quiet environments because of the forced noise cancellation. So half a point extra to Google Messages. One more feature only Google Messages has, which is the voice messages effects. You can choose from different presets, which makes your voice messages stand out in the conversation. Next, the voice messages transcription. Right off the bat, Google Messages has 4 advantages. First, it supports 5 languages instead of 4. It automatically transcribes without the need to do it manually like on WhatsApp. You can show or hide the transcription. And when you search, Google Messages highlights the actual word, while WhatsApp highlights the whole recording, so extra half a point to Google Messages. Lastly, in the playback, both support the speaker and on-ear playback with a seek bar for easier navigation, but only WhatsApp supports playback speed from 1x up to 2x, so it takes extra half a point. Overall, in the voice messaging category, the win goes to Google Messages with 6 points versus 5 points to WhatsApp. Now let's talk about sharing photos. Starting with the in-app camera, both allow you to send SD and HD photos, so 1 point each, with identical zoom ranges which are 10x for the front and 30x for the back, at least on these Pixel models. The only difference is Google Messages allows me to use the ultra-wide lens, which is not possible on WhatsApp, so it takes extra half a point. Adding captions works exactly the same on both, so 1 point each. But when you tap and hold on the shutter key in the photo mode to record a quick video, only WhatsApp supports the swipe up and down zoom gesture, so it takes extra half a point. When you try to share multiple photos, I found Google Messages designed to be easier to deal with. For example, when you snap a shot, it stays on the same page, so you can tap the plus button at the top right corner to capture more, or select from your gallery at the bottom with everything visible at the same time. In contrast, WhatsApp takes you from page to page to achieve the same thing. It's not only more confusing, but also takes longer. So half a point extra to Google Messages. Not to mention that Google Messages have the camera effects, which include some fun accessories and characters to choose from, plus it works in photos and videos, while WhatsApp doesn't offer this functionality just yet, so 1 point only to Google Messages. One more thing Google Messages does better is the number of photos and videos you can share at once. In this example, I was able to share 120 photos via Google Messages, while WhatsApp is limited to 100 items at a time, so it takes half a point extra. So far, Google Messages has a higher sharing score, but unfortunately it lacks the editing tools, which means you can only share the photo as is. In contrast, WhatsApp gives you 5 editing tools, which are crop, rotate, add stickers, add text, and finally drawing. So it takes 5 points extra to beat Google Messages with a score of 11.5 points versus 8.5 respectively. Before jumping to the next category, let me tell you about the Wallpapers by In-Depth Tech Reviews app. If you want to give your phone a fresh new look by choosing from a lot of exclusive wallpapers and support the channel at the same time, you will find the Google Play Store download link in the description below. I upload 12 new wallpapers per week with lifetime access to the full collection for just $2. And now let's get back to the comparison. Now let's talk about sharing videos. I will not compare the features I already mentioned in the photos category and only focus on the video related ones. Starting with the quality, WhatsApp offers a HD option same as photos, unlike Google Messages that can only share videos in a standard quality, so 1 point only to WhatsApp. When it comes to the video duration limit, Google Messages is limited to 30 seconds when using the in-app camera, while on WhatsApp I was able to record a 1 minute and 45 seconds video using the front and 1 minute and 51 seconds using the back, so half a point extra to WhatsApp. Not only this, but with WhatsApp you can mute the sound before sharing the video, which is a feature Google Messages lacks. I also found some extras that are worth comparing, like sharing videos as GIFs. Both apps do offer the functionality, but WhatsApp is much more advanced. First, it can convert any 15 seconds video either picked from your gallery or recorded using the in-app camera into a GIF. In contrast, all you get with Google Messages is the selfie GIF feature, which is limited to 4 seconds, can only be recorded using the front camera, and it has a noticeably lower quality, which gives WhatsApp the extra score. And it doesn't only stop here. With WhatsApp, you can switch cameras while recording videos, which is not possible on the other side. Plus, it has an exclusive feature called Video Note. As the name suggests, it's a short video with a maximum duration of 1 minute that appears in line in a small circular container, which is fun to use. The only thing Google Messages does better is the duration limit when sharing videos from your gallery. In this example, I was able to share the full 5 minutes and 29 seconds video on Google Messages, while on WhatsApp I was only limited to 3 minutes and 8 seconds either in standard or HD quality, so half a point extra to Google Messages. So in the sharing videos, WhatsApp won by 7 points with only 3.5 points to Google Messages. Besides sharing photos and videos, let's compare the other sharing options. Starting with the location sharing, on Google Messages, I can only share my current location, while on WhatsApp, I can share both my current or live location. So half a point extra to WhatsApp. When it comes to sharing files and documents, on both I was able to send all types of documents and audio files, but Google Messages didn't allow me to share a zip or APK files, same as WhatsApp, so it takes another half a point extra. Plus, WhatsApp has its own set of sharing features that Google Messages lacks. The first one is the ability to create a poll, which is a great feature to use in group chats for voting, plus sharing a status, which is the same thing as memories in other social media apps with the ability to adjust the visibility. So that's it when it comes to sharing, and for the third time on a row, WhatsApp wins Google Messages with a massive difference in the score. Now let's talk about group chatting, which is another area where Google Messages is far behind. To cut it short, both can create groups with end-to-end encryption, so 1 point each. But this is how far Google Messages can go. In contrast, WhatsApp gives you the following. First, you can add a group description which helps new joiners understand what it's all about. Set permissions for group members, which includes the ability to edit group settings, allow messages, add other members, set group admins, and give them the option to approve new members. You also get the ability to create a broadcast for one-way communication or even create a community around a specific topic. That gives WhatsApp the edge with a massive score of 9 versus only 1 to Google Messages. The next category is Organize, which includes the features that help in organizing your conversations, and the first one is the pinning. In WhatsApp, you can pin up to 3 chats versus 10 in Google Messages, so it takes half a point extra. In contrast, WhatsApp is better in adding individual messages to favorites. In Google Messages, I can only add one item at a time, so once I multi-select, the favorites button disappears. While in WhatsApp, it works just fine, so it takes half a point extra. WhatsApp also has a killer feature, which is the ability to organize your chats with lists. By default, you get unread, favorites, and groups, but you can create your own ones with custom names, then choose the people and the groups to be added to the list. In addition to the ability to reorder, edit, or delete them later if you want to. So 1 point only to WhatsApp to reach a total score of 3.5 points versus 2.5 to Google Messages. Next, the search. In both you can search for text and it works exactly the same on either side, so 1 point each. But when it comes to other things, there are some differences. On both you get 8 different types of filters, 4 out of which are exactly the same, while the other 4 are different. Count-wise, they are the same, but in real life, I found WhatsApp to be more useful as I was able to locate the audio file and documents I sent earlier, while Google Messages didn't allow me to locate any of them, which is shocking, considering that Google's main business is search, but here the win goes to WhatsApp with 2.5 points versus only 2 points to Google Messages. The next category is the notifications. WhatsApp offers more options in this area, like the ability to mute a specific conversation for 8 hours, 1 week, or always, which is something Google Messages lack. On top of this, WhatsApp has a lot of in-app notification settings that are missing from Google Messages, like toggling the conversation tones, the reminders, adjust the vibration length, and toggle reactions notifications, and more, with the ability to do the same for group chats and calls separately. In contrast, Google Messages only offers the system notification settings, which are limited in comparison, plus you get the same system settings for WhatsApp too. The only thing that Google Messages offers is the bubble notifications, which is missing from the other side. But overall, it's a clear win for WhatsApp with 5 points versus only 1 point to Google Messages. The next category is the privacy features. Let's start with the features available on both sides. The first one is the profile sharing to choose who can see your profile name and photo. Both are very similar, but in WhatsApp you get one more option, which is called My Contacts Except. So half a point extra to WhatsApp. When it comes to blocking contacts, it works exactly the same on both, same as archiving chats, which is straightforward. So these are the similar functionalities, but on WhatsApp you get tons of other privacy features that Google Messages lacks. Starting with the online status and lost seen, which are entirely missing from the other side, with the option to choose who to share them with. so 2 points to WhatsApp. You get the disappearing messages, which will allow you to set your messages to automatically disappear after a certain period of time. You can set it for all the chats or individual ones. It has the View Once feature that you can use with any type of message, either it's a photo, video, or voice. It also blocks taking a screenshot, forwarding, or saving these messages. You can choose who can add you to groups to protect yourself from unauthorized actions. Another great feature is the ability to entirely lock the app to be only accessible via a biometric authentication, and the same applies to individual chats if you want to make things more specific. That gives a massive win to WhatsApp in the privacy category with 9.5 points versus only 3 points to Google Messages. Next, we will compare the account settings. On both, you can pick a custom photo using your camera or one from the gallery, but the third option is different. Google Messages gives you the option to choose a generic photo from illustrations, while in WhatsApp you can create your own avatar by providing a photo and customize everything from your hair to skin tone and outfit. So it's more advanced, which gives extra half a point to WhatsApp. Changing the name is available on both, which is basic, but only WhatsApp gives you an About section to share more about yourself, so it takes half a point extra. Another similarity between the two is the dual SIM support, so you can add 2 different accounts on the same device, so 1 point each. Lastly, WhatsApp is the only one that gives you the option to share your account with others via QR code, which is very handy, so it takes the point. Overall, in the account settings, the win goes to WhatsApp with 5 points versus 3 points to Google Messages. Next, the data management, which includes the backup and restore, export, and data usage features. In this category, I will exclude the similarities and demonstrate the main differences. Starting with the backup and restore, both can backup your chats to your Google or Apple account, but again, WhatsApp is more advanced as it gives you the option to choose the frequency or if you want to include videos or not, so it takes the extra score. But it doesn't only stop here. With WhatsApp, you can transfer chats between devices if they are running on the same platform without the need to use your Google or Apple account to get it done. Additionally, you can export the chats. You can include text messages, documents, and media so you can share them with whoever you want in one go. Lastly, when it comes to data usage, on Google Messages you can set a limit in megabytes for the auto-download, while on WhatsApp you can choose the file types. So it depends on your personal preference which one is better, but WhatsApp is certainly better in the flexibility as it gives you the same option for Wi-Fi and roaming, while Google Messages doesn't offer a setting for Wi-Fi. So WhatsApp takes half a point extra. So overall, the win goes to WhatsApp in the data management category with 5 points versus 2 points to Google Messages. So what about the AI? I was surprised by the new Meta AI that all of a sudden showed up in my WhatsApp even though I'm not part of the beta program. But thankfully that gave me the chance to compare it against Gemini in Google Messages. Both assistants allow communication via text and sharing photos, but only Meta AI has the option to use your voice with the ability to change the assistant voice with plenty of options to choose from. Yes, Gemini does the same, but you have to use the native Gemini app. Not to mention that you can use the search bar of WhatsApp to immediately type your command prompt, so half a point extra to WhatsApp for the better integration of its AI assistant. When it comes to generative AI, both assistants can generate photos, but there are some major differences. First, in Google Messages, you have to be inside the Gemini chat, which means if you want to share the generated images, you have to download or forward them from here to other conversations. While on WhatsApp, you can generate images in any chat, which is a lot easier. So half a point extra to WhatsApp. Even the number of options offered by Meta AI is massive. Google Messages offers the most basic approach, which is a command prompt to generate a couple of images, and that's it. In WhatsApp, you can choose the style first. It initially generates 4 images instead of 2 like Google Messages, with the ability to create more if you don't like any of them. Plus, you can make changes to the same command. It gives you the option to add, remove, or change things. And lastly, you can animate the creation to be more interactive. Additionally, you get something called AI Studio, which has plenty of AI models tailored to specific use cases, which is similar to Gemini's Gems feature. But again, it's not integrated in Google Messages and you have to use the native app. So 1 point only to WhatsApp. One more thing I found is generating stickers with AI. Just type a command prompt, choose from the generated options, and when used, the app will add it to your gallery for later use. Google offers the same functionality, but you have to create the stickers in the Pixel Studio app, which is only exclusive to the Pixel 9 models. So not every Android phone running Google Messages will take advantage of this feature, so I will give the point to WhatsApp. Overall, in the AI category, the win goes to WhatsApp with 9.5 points versus 3 points to Google Messages. And finally, the last category is the quality of life features. Starting with texting on other devices, both offer the same functionality to any device with a web browser, so 1 point each. In contrast, WhatsApp is the only one that offers multiple widgets. One for the conversation list, another one for individual chats, and finally the camera. You can work around this in Google Messages by using the system's conversation widget and assign it to any chat, but certainly the win goes to WhatsApp here. Google Messages also has its own set of features like the swipe gestures to assign a certain action to each side, which makes your life easier, and revealing the timestamps of each message by swiping to the left inside the conversation. That gives the win to Google Messages in this one after a massive loss in most of the categories with 3 points versus 2 points only to WhatsApp. So here is my final conclusion. This comparison shows how far is Google Messages in a lot of areas like sharing, group chats, privacy features, data management, AI, and more. That's why it's hard for people to fully rely on RCS messaging and ditch WhatsApp or similar chatting apps like Telegram. Google has a lot of work to do to be able to compete with these apps, and out of curiosity, if I combined the score of all categories, that gives a total score of 94 to WhatsApp and 60.5 points to Google Messages. So that's pretty much it for today. That was my comparison between Google Messages and WhatsApp. Please let me know in the comments what do you think. But for now, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.